It's Christy. I am here with card number 7 in my holiday card series. Today I'm going to be using this Winter Sparrows set from Fawn, as well as one of the Lawn Fundamental note cards. I picked up a pack like this on Black Friday at my local scrapbook store, and I've actually gone ahead and trimmed that in half at the spine so that I have 2 pieces just to make them last further. So I'm going to be taking one of these Fawn circle stackables, and I'm going to die cut a window out of that note card panel. So I'm taking a little bit of post-it tape, and I want to center a little bit high because I want to add my sentiment down here. Just getting that centered as best as possible, and then I'm going to run this through my Cuttlebug, and I'm going to also die cut a white piece to fit behind this from some Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth Premium White cardstock. Alright, so I'm left with this extra wood grain circle, and I can definitely save that and use that on another card. But I'm going to begin by doing my stamping now on this white piece, and that's going to fit right inside there on our card. And I'm going to take my branch from that stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that in Memento Rich Cocoa ink. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that inked up. Alright, and then I'll just line that up. And we can go ahead and stamp that down. The rest of the images I'm going to stamp in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. So I'm going to begin with my birds. Just going to go ahead get my first bird on here. Okay, I'll get my middle bird. Then I've got my last little bird with his earmuffs. Stick him down here on the end. And now I can take my little leaf image here, just add a few of those. And then I'm going to take the little note here, and I'll add that in just a couple of places. Okay, and now we can go ahead and color these in. Alright, so to color these in, I'm going to begin with my birds here, and I'm going to color them in some IBs. Those are ice blues from Spectrum Noir. So I'm just going to go ahead and begin doing them one at a time, laying down that IB1. We'll add some shading with the IB2. And we'll blend that back out. Okay, I'm just going to color one for you guys on camera because I'm going to color them pretty much the same. Going in with a little OR1 for the beak. Little OR2. And then I'm going to do all their accents in red. So I'm going to use DR3. Okay, just coloring that in. I'm going to switch to DR7, which is my darkest. Add a little bit of shading along the sides and anywhere where the fabric is overlapped. And then I'll blend that back out with the DR3. You may notice that I've been switching back and forth between the brush and bullet nibs. I just kind of go with whatever I think is going to get me in those small areas easier. So, alright, so that's our first bird. I'm going to color the other two exactly the same, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. So all that's left to color is the leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and give those a little wash of LG4. And then I'm going to darken them with some LG5. And then blend that in a little bit. So I'm going to prep that with my powder tool here, just to make sure I don't get any embossing powder where I don't want it. And then I'm going to take that sentiment, which is the Seasons Tweetings, and I'm going to stamp that in Versamark. Just get that good and inky. Okay. And then I'm going to take some Rouge Embossing Powder by Zing. And I'll just sprinkle that right on my sentiment there. And then I'll go ahead and heat emboss that. So I've decided that my background here is a little plain. So I've grabbed two snowflakes from the Critters in the Snow stamp set by Fawn. I had that on my desk from the last lawnscaping project that I just did. So I grabbed these two snowflakes, the two smaller ones, and I've got some Avery L Sea Glass ink, and I'm just going to really carefully stamp a few snowflakes here and there, just to kind of give it a little something extra. Okay, and now I'm just going to set that aside so that that pigment ink has a chance to dry. And we'll continue on with our card. So it's ready to start assembling the card. I've cut down 2 pieces of pattern paper from this Holiday 6x6 by American Crafts. And I'm going to go ahead and take some liquid glue to adhere these down. And that is just because I want to have a little bit of time to adjust them just how I want them. So I want to cock this one a little bit to the left. Actually, this one needs to go to the right, otherwise you won't see any of those holly berries. So again, that's one of the advantages of the liquid glue. So I can get that back up. Just add a little bit more on there. So this one I'm actually going to put to the right, like that. And then this one will go just like that. There we go. And then I'll just add a tiny touch of color to our background. I've got some foam tape stuck to the back of my wood grain panel here. So I'll just peel that off, and then I can add that onto my card front. Okay. And add some liquid glue to the back of our little bird focal panel here. And I'm just going to try to get that straight, and then press that down. And I'm not real happy with how my embossing doesn't show up well So I think I am going to go ahead and just add this white piece. I went and stamped and embossed that just in case as a backup. I'm just going to glue that one flat on the card since I've already got some dimension going on, and I do want to keep this as flat as possible for mailing. So I'll just take that and we'll add that right on top. I've got some sequins here from Pretty Pink Posh. I've got one large snowflake, which I know I want to add over here because the branch doesn't go all the way inside, so I want to kind of cover that up. And then I'm just going to add a couple of more of the Jolly Holiday mix here, and with some Ranger Multi-Matte Medium. Okay. So I've added my sequins. I also mixed in some of the 4mm sparkling clear, and I also added one of those to each of the centers of the largest snowflakes there. And I decided I wanted to take it one step further, so I'm going to add some stickles. I haven't used stickles in quite a while, so I thought I'd break those out. So I'm adding some of the, let's see, crystal stickles to the little poof on top of the center bird's hat. And then I'm going to add, very carefully, some red stickles. I think these are called Christmas Red. I'll do that to his scarf. And yes, these are Christmas Red stickles. I'll also do the band on the center bird's hat. Just squeezing out a small amount and using that nozzle to spread that around. And then to the earmuffs on this little guy. And there we go. So that completes our card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.